7 secret exercises to never lose leg strength after 50 or 60 years old. Did you know that Japan is the country with the highest number of people over 100 years old living actively and independently? That's right. Adults and seniors manage to maintain strong legs even after 80 years old. Meanwhile, in the West, the World Health Organization already reports that most people lose leg strength starting at 50. And even more shocking, according to recent data, at 70 years old, more than 60% can no longer climb stairs without help or get up from a chair without support. This muscle loss brings devastating consequences, such as difficulty performing simple tasks, walking short distances, picking objects off the floor, getting into the car, until unfortunately reaching the point of completely losing independence. And make no mistake, the Japanese are not different from you. They simply practice specific exercises that keep their muscles, tendons, and joints young for decades. Therefore, today, you will see the 7 exercises used by the Japanese to never lose leg strength, even after 50, 60, 70, or even 80 years old. Stay attentive until the end, because we will teach the step-by-step so you can perform them in your home with complete safety. Before we begin, please tell us through the comments your name and the city where you are watching our content. We would love to know. Exercise number 7, Step Up. The Step Up is considered by Japanese longevity professionals as the exercise that most closely approximates essential daily life movements. It perfectly mimics the action of climbing stairs, curbs, and edges, situations we face every day. The beauty of this exercise lies in its ability to simultaneously strengthen glutes, quadriceps, hamstrings, ankles, and core stabilizing muscles, creating muscular synergy that translates into real functional strength. To execute it correctly, use a step between 8 and 12 inches in height. Position one foot completely on the step, ensuring the heel is well supported and not just the toes. The secret is to propel the body upward using only the strength of the leg that is on the step. When reaching the top, stand completely upright and consciously contract the glute for 1 second. Descend slowly and in a controlled manner, resisting gravity during the entire descent. Perform 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions per leg with 45 seconds of rest between sets. The main errors to avoid are using momentum from the back leg to help with the ascent, allowing the knee to shift inward during the movement, climbing too quickly, losing control, and letting the heel come off the step during execution. To progress in this exercise, you can gradually increase the step height, add more repetitions, or hold small weights in your hands. Contraindications include acute knee or ankle injuries, intense pain in the hip joint, or severe balance problems. In these cases, start with hand support or use a lower step. Exercise number 6, Static March. In Japanese culture, the movement of raising the knees during walking is considered a sign of vitality and youth. This exercise was specifically developed to combat the pattern of dragging feet, which is one of the first manifestations of muscular aging in the legs. The static march reactivates the hip flexors, quadriceps, calves, and core, all working in synchrony to produce that strong and confident walking pattern that differentiates active people from sedentary people. To execute it correctly, stand with upright posture, looking forward. Raise one knee as high as possible, ideally to hip height, keeping the support leg firm and stable. Alternate with the other leg in a controlled but dynamic rhythm. Your arms should accompany the movement naturally, with the right arm moving together with the left leg and vice versa. Perform the exercise for 30 to 60 seconds straight, rest 30 seconds, and repeat 3 to 4 times. The key is in the height and control of the movement, not in the speed. Imagine that you are trying to pass your knee over an invisible fence. The main errors to avoid are excessively leaning the trunk backward, raising the knee without actually contracting the thigh muscles, moving too quickly, sacrificing amplitude, and losing balance by not keeping the core activated. To intensify, you can increase execution time, hold small weights, or perform the movement more slowly. Contraindications include serious balance problems, acute labyrinthitis, or recent hip injuries. In these cases, perform the exercise near a wall to have support if necessary. Exercise number 5, Single Leg Balance. This seemingly simple exercise is one of the pillars of Japanese longevity and carries with it profound wisdom about fall prevention. Standing on just one leg intensely works the stabilizing muscles of the ankle, knee, hip, and core, exactly the muscles necessary to prevent accidents that can completely change a person's life after 50 years old. The Japanese incorporate this practice into everyday moments, such as toothbrushing or waiting for the elevator, transforming common activities into training opportunities. To execute it correctly, start positioned near a wall or stable furniture. Gradually transfer your weight to one leg, keeping the core activated and your gaze fixed on a point in front of you. Lightly lift the other leg, leaving it relaxed beside the body or slightly bent forward. Keep your arms slightly away from the body to assist with balance. Beginners should start maintaining the position for 10 to 15 seconds with light wall support, gradually progressing until achieving 60 seconds without any support. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Having constant access to science-based information is what will make you progress with health in the long term in the world of bodybuilding. The main errors to avoid are excessively tensing the body, holding your breath during the exercise, looking down, destabilizing balance, and giving up too early without allowing the body to adapt. To progress, you can increase time, close your eyes for a few seconds, or perform small movements with the suspended leg. Contraindications include severe vertigo, acute ankle or knee injuries, or neurological conditions that significantly affect balance. In these cases, always keep support available and consider performing the exercise seated initially. Exercise number 4. Seated leg extension. Seated leg extension is a fundamental exercise to protect the knee joint and maintain the ability to walk without fear for decades. The quadriceps, the muscle worked in this exercise, acts as the main knee stabilizer, and when it is weak, the entire joint suffers from impacts and premature wear. This exercise allows targeted and safe strengthening, especially valuable for people who already experience some knee discomfort or who are rebuilding strength after a period of inactivity. To execute it correctly, sit in a firm chair with your back straight and supported on the backrest. Position your feet on the floor with knees bent at 90 degrees. Slowly extend one leg forward until completely straight, keeping the thigh supported on the seat. At the top of the movement, flex the foot, pulling the toes toward the shin, and maintain the contraction of the thigh muscle for 3 seconds. You should feel the quadriceps harden like a rock. Lower the leg slowly, controlling the entire path back. Perform 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions per leg, with 45 seconds of rest between sets. The main errors to avoid are raising the leg too quickly, losing muscle tension, leaving the foot completely relaxed without flexing it, swinging the trunk to generate momentum, and not maintaining the contraction at the top of the movement. To intensify, you can add an ankle weight with light weight, increase contraction time at the top, or perform the movement more slowly. Contraindications include acute knee pain, recent joint swelling, or recovery from knee surgery. In these cases, consult a physical therapist before starting the exercise, or perform only with partial amplitude and without pain. Exercise number 3, wall squat. For those over 50 years old, the wall squat is significantly superior to the classic squat because it perfectly balances intense quadriceps, strengthening with protection of the knee joints and lower back. This isometric exercise works the muscles in a static position, eliminating repetitive movement stress while generating deep and effective muscle tension. The wall squat simultaneously strengthens quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and core, creating a solid strength base that translates into greater ease in getting up from chairs, climbing stairs, and performing daily activities. To execute it correctly, position yourself with your back to a smooth wall with feet shoulder-width apart and approximately 12 to 16 inches away from the wall. Slide your back down the wall while flexing your knees, descending until forming a 90-degree angle in the legs, as if sitting in an invisible chair. Keep your back completely supported on the wall, core contracted, and knees aligned with feet, never surpassing the line of the toes. Hold this position for 20 to 30 seconds initially, breathing normally during the entire execution. Perform 3 to 4 sets with 60 seconds of rest between them. To intensify, you can gradually increase holding time up to 60 seconds. Descend more on the wall if your amplitude allows, or raise one leg off the ground alternately for a few seconds. The main errors to avoid are allowing the knees to advance beyond the feet, arching the lower back, losing contact with the wall, holding your breath during the exercise, and giving up before the muscles really work. Contraindications include acute knee pain, severe lower back problems, or uncontrolled high blood pressure. In these cases, perform the exercise with a smaller descent or for less time. Exercise number 2, glute bridge. The glute bridge is considered the pillar of posterior body strength, intensely activating the glutes, hamstrings, lower back zone, and deep core. The gluteus maximus is the largest muscle in the human body, and keeping it strong brings benefits that go far beyond aesthetics. When the glutes are well developed, posture automatically improves, the back stabilizes, knees are relieved of overloads, and even resting caloric expenditure increases due to the epoch effect that large and active muscles provide. Having the body's largest muscle functioning fully accelerates metabolism, improves blood circulation, and increases the body's capacity to burn calories even hours after exercise. To execute it correctly, lie on your back on a mat or comfortable surface with knees bent and feet supported on the floor, separated at hip width. Position your feet so that your heels are close to the glutes. Firmly press the heels into the floor and slowly raise the hip, unrolling the spine vertebra by vertebra until forming a straight line from shoulders to knees. At the top of the movement, strongly contract the glutes as if trying to hold a coin between them, and maintain this contraction for 3 seconds. Descend slowly, unrolling the spine in a controlled manner. Perform 3 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions with 45 seconds of rest between sets. The main errors to avoid are raising the hip too much, excessively arching the lower back, not contracting the glutes at the top, losing the exercise focus, rising too quickly without control, and pushing with the arms instead of using the legs. To intensify, you can hold the contraction at the top for longer, perform the movement more slowly, support the feet on an elevated surface, or extend one leg during execution. Contraindications include acute lumbar disc herniation, intense pain in the lower back region, or neck problems that prevent lying comfortably. In these cases, perform the exercise with smaller amplitude or consult a professional. Exercise number 1, calf raises. This simple but incredibly effective exercise directly works the calf muscles, the gastrocnemius, and the soleus. The calf is considered the body's second heart, as its contractions help pump blood back to the heart against gravity, functioning as an essential auxiliary pump for blood circulation. In Japanese culture, strengthening the calves is prioritized, especially after 60 years old, as they are crucial for walking stability, preventing falls, and maintaining functional independence. To execute it correctly, stand with feet shoulder-width apart, near a wall or furniture for light support if necessary. Keep the body in a straight line, core activated, and gaze forward. Slowly rise on tiptoes, rising as high as possible, while keeping the body aligned. At the top of the movement, maintain the contraction for 1 to 2 seconds, feeling the calves working intensely. Return in a controlled manner until the heels almost touch the floor, but without completely relaxing the calves. Beginners should start with 2 sets of 15 repetitions using light support, progressing to 3 sets of 20 repetitions without support. Muscle recruitment is maximized by rising as high as possible and maintaining the contraction at the top. The main errors to avoid are swinging the body to gain momentum, not rising completely on tiptoes, descending too quickly, losing control, and performing the exercise on an unstable surface that compromises balance. To intensify, you can perform the exercise on the edge of a step, allowing the heel to descend beyond the level of the toes, hold small weights in your hands, or perform the movement with just one leg at a time. Contraindications include acute plantar fasciitis, Achilles tendonitis, or recent ankle sprains. In these cases, avoid the exercise until complete recovery or perform only with reduced amplitude. Bonus exercise, resting squat. This is one of the most popular and fascinating exercises in Japanese culture, representing a completely different philosophy about how we should rest. The Japanese do not rest in chairs and sofas like Westerners, as they recognize that this is unnatural and harms posture over the years. They use the deep squat as a daily resting position, and this simple habit simultaneously works several important muscle groups: quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and core, while the person simply rests and relaxes. To execute it correctly, Position your feet shoulder-width apart or slightly more open, with toes pointing slightly outward. Lower yourself slowly until the glutes almost touch the floor, keeping the heels completely supported on the ground. This is the fundamental secret. Your knees should naturally open to the sides, allowing the trunk to be between the legs. Keep your back relatively straight and arms relaxed, resting your elbows on your knees if it helps with balance. Beginners should start holding on to stable furniture for 20 seconds, gradually increasing up to 2 to 3 minutes without support. Practice daily, initially several times for short periods, then fewer times for longer periods. The main errors to avoid are raising the heels off the floor, compensating for lack of mobility, excessively rounding the lower back, forcing the position, causing knee discomfort, and giving up before allowing the body to adapt to the position. If you cannot keep your heels on the floor initially, place a rolled towel under them temporarily, gradually working to remove this support. To intensify, you can increase holding time, perform subtle lateral swaying movements, or combine with deep breathing to also work on relaxation. Contraindications include serious knee injuries, recent hip surgeries, severe ankle problems, or advanced arthrosis. In these cases, start with partial squats using constant support or consult a physical therapist to evaluate your specific situation. If you enjoyed and want to also discover another exercise widely practiced in Asian communities to heal years of neglect with your own body, we left a video appearing right now on the screen showing each one of them better. Don't miss it. Thank you for watching until here, and may God bless you, my friend.